be, sorry to say this, but a person running a business like the restaurant and the hot club and a gay single man with no children and my age is expected to work a certain amount and have time and not overindulge in long vacations and not have excuses and the kid's not sick today and all. So I'm the one that must show up to the meeting or I'm no longer in favor. And so
That's interesting, isn't it, Jack?
yeah, we pick up the slack for obvious other reasons,
Right.
family and people
Right.
have their lives.
Right.
They live life.
Yeah.
But it was very much that. There was the one of the heads of the company said that to me. You're one of we hire people like you because you
Don't have
room in your life.
Right, right.
You have room in your life for growing our business.
Right.
People like you.
So, yeah, and so they offered me a job opportunity in London and then maybe one in Dubai coming up, and I said, there's no way I would even entertain opening a property in London. It would be so involved. It would be 2 years of hell. I would look great on social media, and I'd probably have like the royal family in the background or something, and it'd be very glamorous, but it would be miserable. And I knew that. So that's where I'm at with it. I mean, some people think I'm crazy for leaving, but
Cam, what do you want to do when you grow up?
yeah, what are you doing now?
Die.
What do you do
Yeah.
now?
I'm retired.
You're retired.
I'm resigned.
I just my pursuit of all this is not for a grandiosity or a thing that I need to be a PhD therapist person. I just want to pursue it, and how it looks is really besides the point. Like I tell people about this. There's a couple charities I've volunteered for over the years, but some just brief and some more regularly. They used to be just like feed the hungry kind of charities or at holiday time, but then I wanted to. We have, my friend Wade is transgender, and I'm
Wade that I met today,
Yeah.
transgender,
Transgender, yeah. Hiding it from his father. To an extent.
and that was his father we met today, the joke teller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Wade is a transgender female, and I came out gay, and Wade is my high school friend.
Help me figure that out. So that Wade, the male that I met today,
Yeah,
Wade,
yeah.
nice guy.
I know it's other level.
What's going on? He wants to be a woman.
He told us several years
Or
ago
he is a woman.
that he is, and so.
No, he wants to be.
So here's the thing too, by the way, this
Will
simultaneously
be.
with this social work thing,
Will be.
I am fascinated by that journey, and I know I've known transgender people for years, but because a gay person, it's just part of a culture. It's not mainstream, and and I have great compassion for these people who struggle, but their stories aren't told, and I've now learned often the science behind it and the nuanced sort of world of that, because there's different reasoning for people to be transgender. There's like some people that it doesn't show up on the outside. Some people are born with both genitals. Some kids are born. It's 1.7% of the population.
Oh, we got
But
there.
Wade in particular, Wade is a female anatomically now? Has been surgically-
No. We just refer to her as that because that's what.
That's her end all be all goal.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
So we've known we had a friend die. How many years ago did Michelle die?
Maybe 5.
No, like 9,
More.
9, 10. And Wade had been having a relationship with Michelle, a sexual and sort of private dating relationship. But Michelle told us she died suddenly, but she told us right before she died that she had this relationship with Wade, but Wade is transgender, and she has a relationship with this woman in private, dressed up as a woman, and this whole thing, and we just knew this private information, and we just held it close to the vest. And so then Michelle dies suddenly, and all of us are like, well, number one, we thought it would become suicidal or something because this person, the only person that knew this about it, died. Kind of that sort of touchy moment. So it's been developing over the years from that, which caused me to be even more interested in that. Like, so I worked with gay and trans youth in New York at a charity once a week on my day off, just like for an hour or two. And all I did was just spend time with them, like painting and activities. And that's when I really started going like, because these kids are just fragile. They attempted suicide and survived. And one of them, the youngest one, was 10 when it tried to commit suicide. So it's, I don't know, like I was really, I was not just moved by it, I was thinking, I want to sit and talk to these kids. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's got a 10-year-old daughter, and she tried to commit suicide, and it was a result of bullying.
Oh, yeah, it's so, and I grew up on a family farm in the 90s here. My father is like Marlboro Man, practically, and my great-grandfather was a Mennonite minister in Springs, so like I come from black and white situations and farms and dirt floors and men and women and that's it. So I know the journey in landmines that you go through,
Right.
to just show up and like as a young kid. And I had a loving family though that protected me and told me that they loved me
And they still are.
yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, my son was applying to law school, and I happened to know that one of the premier divorce lawyers in Baltimore, and he was going into the law and going into law school, and I said, well, why don't you give John Alexander a call? And he said, okay, I will. So he calls John Alexander, and he said, I'm sorry if this surprises you, but my name is no longer John, it's Jenny. And he's 65 or something like that.
Yeah, but that's more common because the parents are dead and you can explore.
That's right. The same thing with
Right.
Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner.
Right.
It's the same. It's that.
So our friend,
Yeah.
your new friend, is ahead of the curve as far as that like average timeline.
Yeah.
And his socioeconomic circumstances and background and family history and dynamic and all that is highly unusual for a trans, 30-something-year-old. It's not. Well, but there are trans people who live on farms in rural America, but the majority of the trans story is black and brown street hustler kids who are forced into bondage and heroin addiction overnight and put into the sex trade and are commodities on the black market. That's their story.
Like that's that was more the average, and that's where the suicide rate is like through the roof. And
so
this is like
they're-
outside the box.
That's right.
This is what?
Outside the box, like farm.
Wait is.
Yeah.
When you knew him, was he married?
The person.
Yeah. Married with kids. In fact, he's the one who taught me how to make the
Farm
shaving horse that's outside that I'm going to put together tomorrow so that maybe the kids will be able to use it before the bonfire or whatever. They'll be able to make their own peg.
So is Janet still?
But Grayson's going to be gone.
Yeah, at some
Well, we'll
point.
see what's going on tomorrow.
It can all
We'll
change.
play it by ear.
Oh, yeah. Good. So maybe he'll be here. But he'd probably enjoy doing that, making his own peg, taking it home.
Yeah, we have to play it by ear.
Yeah.
Grayson.
Is Janet married? Or
She-
in a relationship?
Janet?
Used to be John.
Oh,
Jenny.
Oh, Jenny.
Jenny.
I don't know.
Jenny.
As a
Jenny might be figuring it out right now.
as a retired lawyer, or even when he was working, he bought the only house on Light Street in Baltimore that had a yard next to it. It's exceptional in that Federal Hill area. And there's now a realty sign, a for sale sign on the building, so I don't know what's become of
You
it.
might
But
have some plans.
I'd like to see him and talk to him, because I wouldn't be, I mean, it would be a little awkward, but
Yeah,
So
but you'd
what?
have a new frame of reference, and you'd get used to whatever the
Yeah,
new thing
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It'd be a very 2019 conversation. Maybe even 2020.
It is the
which I'm not afraid to have, but it would, I think he would be more alarmed than I.
even the
Who knows? He'd probably be more normal.
even being a gay man who's had I've been in proximity to this whole subject since I was a teenager, and on the internet I'm very familiar with all the terminology, and even though when it's presented to me in a personal way, that relating to someone of my child, I am learning all together how to actually what it is,
Yeah.
process it, because it's real
Yeah,
and not a thing I'm reading about
yeah.
that people are going through, and so it fascinates me. I want to run toward these issues into flames, and it makes me excited to like get up in the morning.
And
Whatever
but
that
from
means.
your childhood experience, which had to be painful at times,
Made better by some, like Carolyn and Jack.
yeah, you were used to making yourself vulnerable to the unexpected. You know, you had to.
I had to get comfortable with it quickly.
Yeah, and most people, I think that's not true of most people.
And I now recognize that that's the only way I got through it. That was the tool.
Right.
So when someone treats me,
You can't text message your way out of it.
no, that's right. And I learned that one of the reasons people think I'm funny and I'm a theater person is because I had to perform. I had to dog and pony show my way out of the violent moment, or the terrible, scary bully moment, and I had to distract people. And more often than not, I did it probably not even knowing I was doing it.
All right, and it's like nonstop now. It's like anybody in your orbit is like being entranced by like the cleaning ladies leaving the house the other day, and we're like waiting for him inside. I'm like, where the fuck is Michael? And he's out there like literally having like probably hearing their entire life story.
Absolutely.
These like two
That's
cleaning
exactly
ladies
what I was
in the
doing.
van. And I was like, look
They'd
at
act like no one had ever spoken to them before.
And I'm like
that.
standing at the bar looking at the windows watching him like, look at this motherfucker like holding court with like, I mean like, I'm sure they're nice
They were
ladies.
service master maid cleaning ladies, and they were fascinated. People don't talk to them. They clean
Exactly.
houses, and
People don't look
they're
at them
treated
all day.
like they're sort of like
Not there, yeah.
in today's world. And I just don't. I
Nobody knows I'm the butler.
no, I always joked that in New York people always thought I was part of the party with the rich people, but I was really the help. I was just dressed up and do it because there's obviously no difference between people. You just have means and circumstances and this and that. And
Yes, somebody's got to clean those houses.
yeah, so people, I like when someone, I learned that in school, I didn't know what it was till later, but when someone says something cruel to me or something unkind or something, I, first of all, do not react. I choose to not only absorb it, it's killing people with kindness, so to speak, but it's way more, it's way more surgical than that. It's actually like, decide to be kind to those who are unkind to you. And show them just how people should be treated.
It's a fundamentally Christian.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure is. That's exactly right. And it's forgotten quite a bit. And
Do unto others.
yeah, like someone said to me once at where was it? It was the Oakland Legion, not the Grand. I've never been to the Grand School, but I was at the Oakland
Buffalo.
what do they call it?
But you're going for wings tomorrow.
What are they called?
Early.
Sure. What is it called? Yes, Jack.
And
Jack is
then-
he just came
and then
alive
we're-
because of the wings. Okay.
And then
So wings? Did you just did you come out of a coma to talk about wings?
I did.
It's really, yeah. you were like
Two bones.
like it was like. Did you bring up the wings?
I'll take 12 spicy ranch.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. I'm gonna come just because of that moment. I will.
Okay.
And
tall-
you know,
that's
Then
basically,
we're gonna do the furniture tomorrow night.
this furniture thing.
Oh, by the way, can I talk to? I'm communicating with you primarily, Colin, because I think it's going to go right past Jack.
Colin's a real medium.
I gave Carolyn and Jack. I should hardly
together.
hardly magnanimous. I was just trying to find a good home for it,
Oh.
like other things. A steel kettle with a loop on it, and in the heart part, the lower part of the heart that forms the loop, you hang a basket, a wire mesh basket. The basket, when taken off the heart-shaped loop, fits into the steel bucket beneath it, right? This is an old deep fryer,
Ah.
okay? You put a gallon of oil in it, any kind of oil. You batter your fish. You batter your fried chicken after it's been parboiled for 20 minutes.
Fuck yeah.
And you put that kettle over.
Cooking fire.
No,
Propane.
no. Barbecue. Briquettes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Coals.
what he said.
And with an oil
You guys are
temp,
expert.
with an oil temp thing in it, so you get it up to the right temperature, which I think is 465, but I could be wrong. But anyway, you just look it up and you find out at what
Yeah.
temperature these things get
Deep fry oil.
Deep fried, right? And it makes not only magnificent fried food, but it makes a good party.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What's this thing called? A kettle?
It's just called a deep fried,
The fry kettle.
and it's out
Old school deep fryer.
a deep fryer.
Where is it?
So what's its
It's out the
provenance
barn.
and where's it from?
And it's very old. I would guess that it was made in the 30s or 40s. And it's perfectly. All you have to do is wash it out with soap and water, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Or anything else. But I've done it myself several times with my hot rodding friends in South Baltimore, and we had people come over and we had a fish fry
Oh, hell yeah.
and fried onion rings and fried fish and everything, and it just was the center, you know, of the party. It was just
This
great.
is
Cool.
This is great.
And you could do it, you know,
Let's
with,
make up a party.
Oh, fuck yeah.
it's great. It's just great. Maybe a gallon and a half of oil, but and it's fun. But
Our wedding.
you gotta remember that it's lethal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very dangerous. So
Like-
if you spill the oil,
don't do wild dances with wolves.
exactly, be very careful with it. But
Deep
it
fried baby.
makes the best fried food in the world.
Deep fried infants.
I'm a. Yeah, no, don't get that dark. Jesus. Okay. So the. It's a lovely baby. Oh! No.
So Colin, you now have that information.
Yeah, that sounds
And
like
what are you gonna do with it?
Well, the best thing I ever deep fried
Okay.
was a peach. A deep fried peach, and it was
That seems wrong.
amazing. I quartered it and then put. It was,
Why
it
do
was
you have so many things you've fried in these moments of frying
with
things?
Nick Roland because he
Oh, Nick.
Nick Roland was like
Why would you be in the
because-
kitchen with him, even with
Who?
flames or anything?
Nick like the Puerto Rican art dealer.
Oh god, he's
Like
such a
that
Dexter.
lived
Don't
next
even
to
go.
Amanda and I. Well, so he was obsessed with deep frying. We went to a Williamsburg like Latino street fair. I'm sure you've seen it before. In
Yeah.
Williamsburg. And they had deep fried Oreos.
Fiesta. No, I'm just kidding.
Deep fried Oreos.
Deep fried
The deep fried Oreos are amazing.
So now it's like a state fair. Like that's like a
I
state
love
fair.
that shit. I
Deep
love
fried
it.
Oreos is like a state
No.
fair.
Jack going, oh, yeah, man.
What?
Noah.
Like the county fairs
No.
or state fairs. That's like a normal thing.
Those are?
Noah Cap.
Noah Cap.
Carnival Eats.
Carnival Eats.
I'm getting
Oh, yeah?
hungry.
They're making
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
references
Are
right
those
Yeah,
now.
what are we
peanuts
gonna do
or-
now?
Do you bat?
Sure,
you
sure,
can
we
put
can
the
do that.
Oreo in batter?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
you
peach
do.
was in batter too. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
We
you know who did deep fried Oreos on their menu over anyone did in New York? At this
Party Hacks.
cafeteria in Chelsea.
Yeah, I'll try
They
to
have
find
this
it.
menu at night that was deep fried
We were
everything.
talking about that party mix
And
today.
that's what started it.
Okay, that's what started it.
Mm-hmm.
Did your father tell you we ran out of battery today?
Out of battery for what?
Mm-hmm.
On
I
the
left my
T-Bird.
lights on.
Some sort of
Yeah,
machine.
we took the T-Bird down to
The
Lavelle.
T-Bird, it has a real
and
short
what
window.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So,
Like
okay.
the dome
Model
light,
T.
The dome light was on for
Oh.
5 minutes and it drained the battery.
So hold up. So how did
They're
you?
not LEDs back then.
So how'd you get back? So how'd you get back?
So he's got this kick-ass charger.
Oh, Jackie saved
and I knew
yourself.
something
A
about-
little,
Yeah. You just turn it
little,
on.
little